Good morning. It is March the 24th. It is a Tuesday. It's going to be a great day. I can feel it. I hope that you guys are just as excited as what I am for the day. So, we're going to get started this morning. We're in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. This is from the Sermon on the Mount. And it says, "You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has become tasteless, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor does anyone light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light shine before men in such a way that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven." So, in this message, Jesus is comparing us to two things, and it's salt and light. And so, when we look at those two things, and you think, what is salt? Well, first, salt is a seasoning. Okay, without salt, food would be bland, and just like salt, we're to add flavor to life around us and to the people around us. Salt's also a preservative. It keeps things from decaying. So when Jesus tells us that we're like salt, we're supposed to slow down and stop the decay of the world that's around us. Okay, and that's a very important thing. Eating salt or intaking salt also makes people thirsty. So our lives should be that, to where we make people thirst for the living water of God. Comparing us also to light. Like light, we make the reality of God visible to the blinded people who are still in a dark world. And we are to brighten the corners that we may ourselves be in and show others the way. So when we think about the salt and the light, you know, I hear happiness, you know, I hear positivity, encouragement. These are the things that we're supposed to provide to people around us. So, in this chaotic world that we live in, especially right now with everything that's going on, there's a lot of inadvertent isolation because of the social distancing thing. People are feeling cooped up. People are feeling overwhelmed. Obviously, there's a lot of anxiety and people with the disease that's floating around like that, and making everything feel catastrophic at this point in time. So, what can we do as Christians to be able to help get everybody through that? Well, we can stay positive. We can encourage other people. We, can be that visual and that emotional reminder that God is real. He's still here and He's got our backs. I say that over and over and over again because it's one of the biggest truths that can ever be told. So, as we go throughout our day today, I want us to focus on our attitudes, the way that we're presenting ourselves to other people. Do we look dull? Do we look depressed? Do we look unhappy? Or is that the image that we're promoting? Or do we look happy and alive and not worried about anything and knowing that God has our back, so we don't have to have that concern and that worry, and we're smiling and we're happy and everything's good? And that spreads. Just like negativity spreads, so does positivity, so does encouragement. These things will spread across the board, and as we present ourselves to other people, and we know that we're okay, that's going to help to assure them that they're okay. And so that's our job, and that's part of what we have to do. We have to be that light, that beacon of hope in the darkness of, hey, that guy made it through this situation. Why can't I? How do I get to be like what he is? And then that starts a whole new conversation, and then you get the opportunity to share the gospel and let them know about the miracles that God's worked in your life and the opportunities that He's afforded you, and the afflictions He's relieved you from. And there's no greater blessing in the world than being able to do that, than being able to just share your testimony and let people know, hey, this is where I was, this is where I am now. Maybe in your past you got some things that you're not proud of. I do. I have a whole lot of them, but I don't try to bury that stuff down, and I don't try to pretend to be something that I'm not anymore, because I don't have to. You know, I've been forgiven, I've been redeemed, I've been changed. I'm a living, walking miracle, and so are you guys. And I hope that you can realize that, and I hope that you can follow through with that, and I hope that you will join me in bringing flavor and light into this world. It's a lot easier to do than what you might think. Something as simple as a smile, you know, speaking to a stranger who's passing you. Hey, how are you today? You know, it amazes me. I'll be walking through and I'll say hi or good morning to somebody, and you know they'll light up. You know, and I think that our society at whole has kind of wandered away from a lot of those things, politeness and friendliness, and maybe hold a door open for somebody, you know, and stuff like that goes a long way. And you never know what small thing that you'll do that'll greatly impact the life of somebody else. And so I just want to encourage you to do that. Just follow through on it, man, and just do your best to be your best. And if you guys need anything, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be available. And I love you guys.